Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Happy Sunday to you all, and today we are going to be going through a Barcelona news roundup featuring the following. A brand new report this morning surrounding the knee injury of Samuel Umtiti. We are going to have the latest on Ernesto Valverde's future at Barcelona and some very big official news on Barcelona's pursuit of PSG's Adrien Rabiot. All of that and a bit more too. It's coming right up. Let's do this. But first of all, let's kick off with the one and the only Lionel Messi, because following Juventus' final game of the year yesterday, it is now official that Lionel Messi will end 2018 as the highest scorer with an incredible 51 goals to his name in the year of 2018. And I have to give credit here to a very nice cover from Sport. You can see here Messi's 51 goals in 2018 edging out Cristiano Ronaldo's 49 goals in a year where Messi also notched 23 assists as well. And I've mentioned before the incredible consistency of Lionel Messi, which means that he's now scored 50 goals in 8 of the last 9 years. But just check out this graphic here, which is basically the years of Lionel Messi's career, and just take a look at the sheer numbers there from Lionel Messi. What a sensational player. But look at that consistency. You look at it here. Obviously, in his early years, he was growing into the team. He wasn't scoring as many goals. He was injury hit as well at times in his early days. But look at it then, 2009, 41 goals, then up to 60, then 59. We're not just talking above 50 here, we're going well towards 60, and just look at that. That will never be done again. And in football, you're always a bit dubious about saying that will never happen again, because of course you don't know what's around the corner, but 91 goals in a calendar year, that is absolutely ridiculous. Even 3 players, even 4 players, even an entire team, they struggle to get those kind of numbers. 91 goals, unbelievable there from Lionel Messi, and that's just Messi's level of consistency for you right there in a very nice graphic. But we do now move on to the more sinister story with regard to Samuel Umtiti, and you can see here a brand new report this morning from Sport upon Umtiti's return to Barcelona. Of course, he's been in Doha. He returned now to Barcelona following that treatment on his knee. And like I said before, like we said many times on this, the feeling around the club is not good. Sport this morning have said right now there is serious concern, and Sport go on to say that Barcelona now cannot see any way around surgery. Surgery now for Samuel Umtiti has to be the only option, simply because he's not recovering. He's not training with the team. He's not kind of making the strides that we really hoped that he would do. And all that's left now is to go ahead with that surgery, which would keep him out for several months. And that does seem to be just around the corner, the decision to do that. But as I've said many times here, we've spoken about Umtiti, let's just make that decision now. Let's just put him forward, put him into the surgery, have it, solve this knee problem, and then he can make a full recovery. It will take time, but at the end of that, he'll be 100% fit, 100% ready, and we can forget about this knee problem. Let's just have the surgery, get it done, get him under the knife, and then everything will be okay. It can go successfully, and then he can make his recovery. That's what I would do with Umtiti, and I think now it's very close to happening. But now on to the future of Ernesto Valverde at Barcelona, and once again a report from the Spanish media which I'm going to bring you with regard to this, and it was basically from Mundo Deportivo, which, as you can see here, they came up with a big headline that basically said Valverde stay. Where they basically taken a vote among Barcelona socios, the official club members of Barcelona, and an incredible 80% of those socios are all in favour of the board renewing Valverde's contract at the end of the season. And that just surprised me a bit, simply given the timing. It's not that I don't like Valverde, it's not that I hate him, but right now I couldn't really put my vote one way or another. I think we've got to see how this season goes. We've got to judge our success with Valverde on what we achieved this season. I think we couldn't really make the decision now. We can't really go and renew him now, because we need to see what happens this season as we go on with the big important games. So I was really surprised there that 80%, that's a big majority of the club's members, would happily hand him a new deal now. And I was even more surprised that 80% were behind him, given that actually less people, less socios, were said to have trust in Ousmane Dembele, with only 75% of club members being in favour and trusting in the French forward. So interesting there from MD. Barca socios haven't always been known to make the right decisions, and just a bit of insight there into what they're feeling. But now we will move on to the big story of the day, and it does concern our pursuit of Adrien Rabiot of PSG. And I've said all along with this one, it's always been clear that Barcelona have had an interest. They followed him, they tracked him, they scouted him, they've even spoken with PSG quite a few times to try and sign him, and a report came out this morning from Paris United which said the following: a deal between Abidal and Rabiot's representatives, his mother, who is also his agent, has been agreed. He would get 10 million euros per year in salary with a 10 million euro signing on bonus, because when you're signing a free transfer, it's never actually free. Because they're coming for free, the player then will demand a huge signing on bonus. When they sign that contract, when they sign for that club, they'll expect to be paid a big fee because they're choosing your club, which I don't really like, but that's the way that it is. So 10 million in salary, 10 million in signing on bonus, 20 million there for Rabiot altogether. But actually, because Barcelona accepted that deal so quickly, because they said, yep, that's fine, we'll do that, because we jumped in, Rabiot's mother then went back and said, you know what, we want 15 million in a signing on bonus. That's according to Paris United, quite a reliable source in France. So it's going to be very interesting now to see what happens. It's always struck me that Rabiot and his mother, they do want as much money as they can possibly get. Another thing that I don't particularly like. But even more interestingly, Barcelona this morning have actually confirmed their interest in signing Adrien Rabiot. They have, because the club said in an official statement, they denied having an agreement with the player. They said, we haven't agreed anything with Rabiot yet. PSG are saying that we've done things behind the back, that they've done things behind the scenes. That is not true. They say that Barcelona have not broken any rules and that any discussions took place with regard to Rabiot. They happened in August and they happened 1 week ago. That is the only discussions we've had with the club about Rabiot. They say we have no agreement with the player himself, but they did confirm they had spoken to PSG and they were indeed interested in signing Rabiot. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. In January, he can agree that move elsewhere. When the window opens, he can agree it, and in the summer, he will make his move as a free transfer elsewhere. And just finally, guys, one thing that I do want to talk about is Liverpool. Now, you might be asking why this is really important news with regard to Barcelona, but following Liverpool's extraordinary Premier League run this season, which has included them going unbeaten in their opening 20 games in the league this season, they're top of the Premier League, and they have been in scintillating form. And I had so many Barcelona fans in the comments yesterday saying, look, this Liverpool side, wow, just wow, I'm a bit scared of them. I'm scared of them. I'm scared to face them in the Champions League. I had so many comments like this that I had to say something. And look, I think Liverpool deserve massive respect. I think this season they've been outstanding. Jurgen Klopp has done a brilliant job of getting his team fully together, fully buying into his ideas and putting together a real quality side, from their goalkeeper to the centre forward, right throughout their team. They are a fantastic unit. They're strong all over the pitch. But at the same time, there are two reasons why I would not be scared to face Liverpool in the Champions League. Well, three reasons actually, because the first reason is simply we're not playing them. We're not playing them yet. The only priority for us is Lyon, nothing more than that, and Liverpool have got to go and play Bayern Munich. But the reason number two would be this: we cannot be scared of anyone. Our players can't be scared, and most importantly, our coach cannot be scared. We cannot afford ourselves to be in awe of any other team. If we're going to win the Champions League, we've got to believe in ourselves. We've got to believe in our ability. We have to be superior, and we cannot give the opposition that feeling of confidence. We don't want them to feel like we're scared to play them. That is not the Barcelona way, and that's why we can't be scared of Liverpool or any other team in the Champions League this season. But finally, my third point with regard to being scared of Liverpool in the Champions League would be this: they're currently top of the league. They're mounting a serious title charge, and that Premier League title is the one their fans really want. They've not won the league since 1990. They've never ever won the Premier League since it's been renamed, and it's really important to their fans that they win this title. And that for me could be very interesting, because will they actually prioritise that now over the Champions League? And in the Champions League, they might just take their eye off the ball and they might actually prioritise the Premier League, giving everybody else a chance to capitalise in the Champions League. So obviously not strictly Barca news there with regard to Liverpool. Like I said, there's so many comments about them, so many people saying they were scared to face them, and I completely understand why. They're a very good team, but I just don't think we can afford to do that. I don't think we can afford to be in awe of other teams. We at Barcelona, we will do our job, focus on our own players, our own team, because we can do this, and we have to do it this season. So please leave your thoughts, guys, in the comments down below on everything that we discussed in today's News Roundup video. Please let me know all of your opinions down below. I will see you soon, of course, with more videos. Thank you, as always, for joining me. But until next time, as always, Vesca El Barça.